Start off with the question today. Who here consider yourself being able to dance in some regard? Put a one in the comments if you're like, I can do some, whatever, right? Maybe it's hula, maybe it's like, I don't know, you break dance or whatever the dance is. If you're someone with two left feet, put a two in the comments. If you're like, you will not catch me on the dance floor, you do not want to see that. I'm just curious. Edmund is a one. Awesome. Twyla can dance. Really? Glenore. Wow, we got some dance party animals. Let's go. Christy and Adela are with me. Eric, awesome. We'll just make some awkward movements that hopefully are rhythmic or something. Jaden's godfather is Sunny Yang. So our Zoom team has a lot of fun being all types of iterations of Jaded. So technically not, I mean, I don't know if he is a godfather or not. He hasn't told me. I'm fine with that if he is. But anyways, grateful to have you guys save your dance moves because we are rallying around 90 days from now. Welcome to our training today. 90 days from now, we're going to have the biggest party on the planet at PXP, the Partner Co Experience in Orlando, Florida. Gosh, it's gonna come with a blink of an eye. So if you want a dance floor, that is the most ultimate dance floor that there is. It's always fun. I think some people purposely go to PXP just for the party, honestly, and it's a lot of fun. They do it very, very well. So stay tuned for that. If you don't have your ticket yet, be sure to grab it. You're going to hear us talk about it all the time because it's going to be great with there. You know, you might even see a Kelly Rice on stage singing for us at a PXP. That'd be fun. She is actually a very famous singer down here, not only just our amazing babysitter, but more. But grateful to have you guys on here. And around 90 days from now, we have the big celebration. Our goal today is to be able to share with you how you can step on that stage as a new promotion with a team celebrating you and so many other things. I know who here would love to be able to have more success, a bigger team, and a bigger paycheck. That's what we're here to do today. I loved yesterday, if you were on, we did a regroup. Many of us came back from an incredible incentive trip. Many of you are probably seeing this. We saw Dory out there, by the way. Thanks for your hospitality. She lives in Maui. But we had an incredible incentive trip. And I loved one of my most favorite testimonies that came from that was Allison Britton sharing how she was at that event and there was a recognition portion. And Allison Britton is one of the top customer getters in all of North America, including Matt and Jolene Alf, by the way, as well, too. And Sheila Tango is on there. But what she said was her husband was in the audience, and the husband was just gleaming with pride. In fact, he does not post much on social media, but he made a post to shout out his wife today, and that just like melted Allison's heart. And that's what it's all about. You know, we want to help every single one of you to be able to walk that stage and have that very same important experience as well, too. So how do you actually do that? Well, if you're taking down some notes, I want to dive in some of the training today. And then at the end, we'll have some action portion as well, because it takes a team to achieve a dream. Last night was very special. As we finished that training, if you know, we first got introduced to this type of business 17 years ago. I was 19 years old, broke as a joke, didn't know my butt from my elbow. Some people say now, James, were you always someone that could communicate and train and do? I'm like, not at all. I wish you could have seen me. Sonny knew me. Like, so he can attest to this. Becky knew me. She can attest to this, but I was not all put together. If you said, James, are you a leader or follower? I'm like, I'm absolutely a follower. I was scared to even get a
Yes.
customer, let alone recruit another partner. Like, who here, when you think about
Mhm.
expanding a team or having people follow you, have
She could
some
take one box
feelings of
from you if you wanted to.
like, how do you actually do that? Like, will people follow me? You know, like that was what was going through my mind. But what happened was I got introduced to a mentor that shared with me some really important things. Number one was this is understanding that success is attracted by the person that you become. I never knew that. I thought I was the way that I had to be, right? I thought I was just born a certain way and I just had bad luck, right? Another thing that my mentor told me is he told me an acronym called luck. I used to think that successful people were successful because they got lucky. Anyone else ever feel like that? Like They just, lucked out. They just, I don't know, just, I didn't have it, they had it. And my mentor said they do have luck, but it stands for something else, which is labor upon correct knowledge. If you work hard on the right things over the course of time, it's not a matter of if you succeed, it's a matter of when you'll succeed. In this business, I hope it clicks for you because once it clicks, it becomes so simple. This business is not favoring any person. This business will favor you if you're willing to learn the skills and take action over the course of time. And if you do that, it doesn't matter if you have a PhD like Dr. Joshua Plant, our Chief Science Officer, or a GED, whether you're from Yale or you were in jail. Literally, we have had people that were in jail, came out, and then made millions through this type of business. It does not matter what side of the tracks that you're born on, where in the world you're from, how old or young you are. This is a great equalizer. And when I realized that, I realized, I don't have to be the way that I was. I can actually change here. And I made it an obsession. I'm an obsessive focus. And I bring that up because within 90 days, my life changed. I found a good mentor, number one. And you have many mentors here, right? Um, but I found a good mentor. I took notes real seriously and I took action scared, but I took action. You don't have to be perfect in this to be successful. You just have to move forward and continue to get better. And after 90 days, I remember I was a vice president in the company. Within 90 days, I went from being shy to actually being competent. I had customers. I had maybe like 20 teammates that were coming out to a convention with me. I was making like an extra $1,000 a month, which for a broke college kid was all I needed. But the biggest thing is I felt proud about the person that I became. I became more confident and I hit my biggest goal at the time, which is finding my first girlfriend. That didn't end up well. But then Becky was my second recruit ever, and then eventually she, then now everything's good. So I won't promise you, Sonny, a girlfriend here, but it's possible. It's possible. No, by the way, if you know anybody, Sonny's a great man. So, anyways, I was hanging out with my first mentor yesterday. And one of the most beautiful parts about this business is the relationships that you make, right? That's beautiful. The memories, the experiences, but the relationships. And we were having dinner and we were reconnecting. He has been super active in PartnerCo. I think he's about to be, by the way. But it was just so, it reminded me a lot of what it really took to be able to launch a business, build a team, scale things out. And it's all about the basics. One thing my mentor, and he was, by the age of 23, he was making a multiple six-figure income without even graduating from college. He was doing so well while he was doing this part-time in college that his college counselor, get this, told him, you don't have to finish school. You're doing well enough. School will always be there. It's like, talk about doing super well. But one thing that he would always drill in with me, and he said, James, if you want to do very well here, you want to dot the I's and cross the T's, meaning the details are important. Okay. Some of you are brand new. If you're within your first 90 days, put a 3 in the comments below. You're within your first 90 days in your business. That's a very fun time to be a part of. You're learning the ropes. You're getting acquainted. Yeah, Eric, awesome. There's a lot to learn. You're kind of like drinking from a fire hose. So after this, Edmund, welcome, man. Congratulations. Eric Hoffman, by the way, just hit Ultimate. Congratulations, my man. That's the way to go. I know Edmund's looking at Ultimate right now as well, too. Like, that's really where you're learning the ropes. How about within 90 days to your first year? Put a 2 in the comments if you're in that phase. You're in your first 90 days to a year. Put a 2 if you're there. Bonnie, awesome. Cindy, congratulations on senior supervisor. Come on, that's what I'm talking about. Awesome. So many of us. That's a great place to be. That's when you start to realize the things that you realize there's a lot more to the puzzle that you weren't aware of. You're like, I got to really learn some things here. And you're starting to expand your skill sets. You're starting to learn more. You're starting to really understand you and the business a lot more. And there's others of us that are a year or more older. If you're more than a year older in your business, put a 1 in the comments below. That first year is just it's fascinating. I think the first year you start to realize, wow, okay, now I'm really in the game. Okay, let's what do I actually want to do with this? And that's huge. Congratulations. Vanessa's first year anniversary is this month. Congratulations. We're celebrating Danielle Singh's second year anniversary in Maui. Talk about a great place to be at, right? So, wherever that we're at, this is what I know. All right. I'm in a massive personal expansion mode. One thing we were telling our mentor is one of our philosophies is this: even 17 years in the game, is the number one thing that if you want to continue to always be building and expanding your business, is always be in build and create mode. Number one, we're always finding new customers. We're always sponsoring new partners. We're always doing that first frontline activity, no matter how long we've been involved, no matter how big our team is or how our business is. And that always means that I want to get better at the basics. So I want to go over today are some basics that may seem simple, but what I challenge us all to do is this is how confident are we in the basics? Let's just put it this way. If I challenged you today that by the end of the week that we need to enroll one new partner, no matter what, you don't have to put it in the chat, but rate your confidence level on a 1 to 10 scale. If everything mattered, if it's like your business was on the line, your future was on the line. If I'm like, I challenge you by Friday that you have to enroll one brand partner, would you feel like 10 out of 10? I got the, yeah, no problem. Would you feel like 5 out of 10? I think I know, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's like a guess, right? It's like if I'm lucky. Or is it a one where I'm like, "Ah, that's like the scariest thing in the world." No matter where it is, I challenge us all. We want to up level our competency in that by being able, and I appreciate the transparency. You don't have to put in the chat, but if you are, that's awesome as well too. It's all skills. It's all things you can master because all of us can absolutely do this. Okay. So the question is, how do we do that? Well, we've just onboarded and refaced all of our stuff. By the way, if you have not yet gone through your onboarding, I know we just talked all about this. If you're brand new, the first thing you want to do is to launch your business. It's going to go through your pin post. It's going to give you your scripting. It's going to give you your boards app. It's going to give you eventually the basic training. And in the basic training, once you go here, what you'll find is you're going to have a basic training manual. If you have this, I'd encourage to either print it out or have it readily available. But this basic training manual is what my mentors taught me. This is the full system of how to really scale out your business, both with getting more customers, but also with duplication in your team. Why do you want duplication? I want freedom. I want impact, right? You can sell all you want all day, but that's just hiring a job for yourself, which is fine. You can make good money. I know people making six figures plus just by only selling the products here. We have good products, people want them. Okay. But if you want to be able to do things where you can travel, you can be with your kids, you can be with your grandkids, you can actually expand and scale, then enrolling a partner and building a team is something that you want to learn. That's what the basic training manual is all about. I'd highly encourage we have a recording of this too in the boards to rewatch this over and over and over again. But for now, let's talk about this, okay? So I'm going to go through a couple of these, and I won't talk about all of them today. But I will mention one thing is this. Here's one first thing to check. This is not a trick question, okay? Who here would love to have more teammates that are excited with you in your business? Put me in the comments if that's the case. You really want more because you know there's potential, there's leverage. That's probably the biggest thing that you could have in this business. We're in a training, so I'll share this with you guys. What makes this business different from any other business? I was chatting with a new prospect today. He's looking in the business now. He has an HVAC business. He said, James, I have an amazing HVAC business. I have scaled my business 300%, but I cannot scale more than that because they are limited to their time and energy. Most businesses you can't scale, and hiring is hard. In this business, when we came into Partner Co., we adopted these systems in place. We went from barely going over a six-figure income to the next year making $370,000 to the following year making $630,000. And now we're on track to $1 million plus a year. Why? But we did that with a baby. We did that with traveling the world. We did that with sleeping still. We did that with all of that. I bring that up to let you know that we have a powerful system that if you commit to doing this over the course of time, if we can do it, why can't you do it? And even faster. Okay. But I bring this up first. The reason why many of us struggle with getting a team after working with thousands of teammates is this. If I asked you your goals on what you really want from your business, most of the time, if you struggle with actually building a team, it's because your goals are not big enough where it necessitates you needing a team. Let me keep it real. All right. Can we be raw today? I just want to give you the truth of things. Most of us are naturally lazy. I'll just speak on my behalf. I would rather not do more work than I have to. I'm just being very real with you. I want the fastest way to get from point A to point B. All right. If I'm hitting the gym and if I only need to run for 10 minutes, I would not rather not run for 30 minutes. Does that make sense? Like just tell me the path of least resistance. So in your business, if you're are the harder thing to do typically in our mind is to enroll a new partner because there's a lot of imposter syndrome in there. It's like, who would follow me? There's a lot of responsibility. It's like, oh my gosh, like having another life, like, oh my gosh, am I good enough? It seems stressful. And it's a business conversation. It's a seemingly harder conversation. I'd submit to you, it's no harder to enroll someone in your business than to actually enroll someone as a customer. Let me follow that up. I had a pity moment in my career when I could get customers, but it was hard for me to get a partner. And I went up to a mentor. By the way, I'd highly encourage you. There's a saying, when you're down, go up. When you're up, go down. So if you're feeling down, go talk to somebody that has been there, done that, that can help you solve the problems, right? So I went up to my mentor and Tim Sales, he's our master distributor, and I was being pouty. You guys are never like that, right? But I'm like, I'm about to prove him that this thing don't work. I'm like, Tim, it's so hard to enroll someone. And he's just like, it's not harder to enroll a partner than it is a customer. I'm like, what do you mean? He said, well, if you show 10 customer prospects a customer presentation, some will get started. If you show 10 business prospects a business presentation, some are going to get started. All you have to do is show the business to people. How many people have you shown in the last month the business presentation? I hate that question because I remember thinking to myself, not many. And you just say, that's why you don't have many brand partners. So I'm like, oh my gosh. So the next month, I rolled up my sleeves and I showed 200 people the business presentation. Guess what? 20 got started. Guess what? One of them was Tammy Egbert, who just went to Maui with her and the husband. So I'm like, dang it, he's right. Enrolling a brand partner is no harder than enrolling a customer. I just didn't have the skill set and the competency to do it. Does that make sense, guys? I just want to make sure that you realize these things. Now, if you have the skill, which will give it to you, you have to check, do you really have a goal that's big enough for you to actually want to expand a team? And what I mean by that, if you're just looking to make a couple $100s on the side, I would submit you don't necessarily need to have a team. But if you want to make over $1,000 a month and not stress out about it, who here would love it if 1 month, God forbid, Willie right now was out visiting with a loved one that just had surgery? Things are going well. But God forbid, let's say there was a medical emergency and you had to take some time off and you could not put more effort into your business that month. Who here would love it if you still had a consistent income of 1,000 plus a month coming in because you had a team that was having amazing customers and amazing results, right? Yeah. So if that matters to you, then it does matter that you want to have some type of a team. Okay. Let me put it on the flip side too. Some people say, well, it's not about money for me. Money's not everything, but it ranks up with oxygen. I think it is important to have enough freedom that you don't have to think about it, right? My mentor would always say this, that one of the biggest goals was to order not from the right side of the menu, but to order from the left side. You guys know what I'm talking about? Go to the restaurant, you're like, the steak looks good. The filet looks good, Eric. We're going to go get that medium rare, go get some garlic butter on it. It's going to be great. And then look at the right, $70. Oh, Eric, sorry, salad day today, man. It's like whatever it is for you to have enough freedom that you don't have to think about it, right? I think we need to make enough money where money's not a concern. Here's another philosophy. Anything that can be solved with money is not a problem. You are in a business where you can earn as much as you want. Okay. Let's get out of the game. And if you're ever worried, by the way, that money will make you worse of a person, here's one thing that I realized. Money only makes you more of who you are. If you give $1 million to Hitler, Hitler's going to do bad things. If you give $1 million to Mother Teresa, she's going to do good things. So I'm assuming all of us are generally good people. Who here would say that you're a generally good person that you would want to do good things with good money, right? Put a one in the comments if that's the case. Like, yeah, or a wave, yeah. So let's go get you more money. Is that okay? Like, let's stop dancing around the topic. There's nothing wrong about creating more. That means you impacted more lives. If you make $1 million, it's not just for the money, it's for who it will make of you in the process to do that. It's Fran changing her island instead of just her neighborhood, right? What if Fran was able to change all of Hawaii? Dory was able to change all of Hawaii. Let's have that type of an ambition there, right? So I want to challenge us to expand that. When you have a team, it changes your impact. I believe one of the most beautiful things that you're ever going to experience in this business is a customer coming up to you saying, "Thank you for introducing me to the product. It changed my life." Who here's already received that from a customer before? Put a me in the comments if that's happened to you. Yeah, or a wave. Yeah. How do you put a dollar amount on that, right? Beautiful. Beautiful. It's the most amazing thing to restore someone's health and vitality because that's a restored family and so many more things. You know what, Submit is just as, maybe even more impactful when you introduce someone to an incredible opportunity of growth, of impact, of income, of transformation in this business. And they come up to you and they say, "Thank you, Rebecca. Without you, I don't know where I'd be. I'd be stuck in my job. I'd be stuck paycheck to paycheck. I'd be all these things." You have the ability to bridge the gap of darkness into light. And that when we're talking about the opportunity, one thing I've seen that top recruiters do, they have a mindset of you need this in your life because it's going to save your life. One of my mentors had a good friend. This guy was working McDonald's when he first got started in the business. He got introduced to the opportunity, ended up making millions upon millions, was a closing stage speaker for the company, travels the world now and everything. One of the best recruiters. And this person would go around saying, "They need this." Do you feel that way? Do people need an opportunity to be able to expand? How do you know people need this? Would any of you agree with me that no matter how much you get paid at a job, we're all just stuck at a higher level of time, energy, and money? You can get paid 500 grand a year, but if you're a doctor and you're stressed out like crazy, it still doesn't matter. We provide freedom, we provide impact, and we provide more income and a whole transformational thing here. Okay. All right. So if you're still with me, give me a wave or put a one in the comments below. I just want to make sure there's a heart piece, a mindset piece, an opportunity piece to the art of recruiting. So now when I realize that when I recruit, oh, I'm on a mission to go change some lives. You're on a mission to go change some lives. And here's the cool thing about it. You don't have to be a Chairperson 5,000 to go enroll someone. When I enrolled Becky, I made maybe $100 in my career, but she wasn't enrolling because I was making all types of money. She was enrolling because we're a messenger to the message. Let's talk about it then. All right. So I'm going to go down. One of the first goals that we tell everyone to do is number one, hit ultimate. If you're already ultimate, put a U in the comments below. That unlocks top pay. That's the place to be. If you're not, let's get you there. We'll figure it out. Congratulations to everyone that's ultimate. Okay. One time, lifetime, statistically proven that that is the place to be. Okay. Number two is then to start the duplication process. Let's go enroll two partners. How do you enroll two partners? Okay. And why? This will unlock something called Millionaire Mentorship, which, by the way, plug tomorrow, we have a call that normally is closed off to only those that are qualified, but we're going to be opening this up for one day only. This is for people that are serious about making more than $1,000 a month and want to have scale and impact and leverage. If you want to learn how to build a social media brand where people that don't know you're flocking to you, for example, we're about to embark on a journey for that. So this is posted up everywhere. Tomorrow, you want to be there, you want to bring your teammates there. But me and Coach Palmer are going to talk about the next phase where we're about to help you get trained by literally the best on the planet. Some of you guys might know some of these people on this flyer, but next week, we're kicking off in Millionaire Mentorship, a 90-day social media branding masterclass with everyone that's on this page has made millions and millions, masters on social media. Fraser Brooks himself, who's the best in class in social media training, is actually going to be helping us as well. Like it's crazy. But remember, this is only what I'm sharing on the screen is only for those qualified to be a millionaire mentorship. How do you get involved in this? Be ultimate and personally enroll two activated brand partners at 200 points each. The enrollments must be within a 30-day period. So I want to have a little bit of a time attack. Anyone here that really wants to can enroll two people by next week. Two people. Let's put it this way. Who here feels that in 90 days, if you were involved in something like this, being trained by the best, coached by the best, having high level accountability, taking action, not just learning, mastering social media and all the other skills, who here feels that by going through an experience like this, that your business will come out better, your confidence will come out better, your life will come out better? Put it me in the comments if you feel that's the case. How much time and stress would that save you by going through something like this? I would submit this will probably put you years ahead. Oh, yeah. This is something I wish I learned day one. Oh, thousands of dollars in training for sure, James. Every single one of these, some of them, I'm in Fraser Brooks masterclass. Me and Beck is 15 grand for 12 sessions. We're giving you 12 sessions for free 99. You just have to get paid and help some people. So the question is this, not can I do it? Here's the question to really ask. Can I afford not to be here? Can I afford not to be here? Let me give you another real talk. When the why is stronger than the pain of achieving it, you will be in this. I know that after training thousands of people. So if you're seriously like, I'm in there, start saying that to yourself. I already see myself there. I have no idea how that works, but I already see myself there. And when you make the decision, the way will appear. Okay? I also want to challenge you. If you're already in this, here's my challenge to you. If you're already in the Millionaire Mentorship, put an MM in the comments below. If you're already in, which is awesome, congratulations. Once you're in for life, right? We don't kick you out, stuff like that. Good. Congratulations. Here's my challenge to you. Enroll two people too by next week as well. So I'm aiming for. Why? I'm not. How about, is anyone here satisfied with your paycheck and your title? We got a lot more goals to check off. So you know what? I need to go build new people. We're going to help you. I need to go build new people. So I'm going to go find them. I'm going to go partner. There are people praying for what it is that you have. Guys, case in point, can I give another story? I'm telling you this. Sometimes we get ourselves into a mindset. I get in a pity party. No one wants to do this. Everyone's saying no, blah, blah, blah. We have to watch what we say to ourselves. That's a lie, first of all. So if we've been saying that, we're going to cut that stinking thinking. What we think about, we bring about. Does that make sense? So start saying to yourself, there are two people that need this in their life. They're praying for this. We're in Maui. We're doing some marketing videos. I'm with Ann Wandishin and Stacy Woodford. They're massive leaders, incredible people. We're on the cabana, video crews there. We're doing some interviews, talking about PXP. And I kid you not, at the end of one of the interviews, in earshot, there was somebody that was chilling on the patio, on the lounge chairs, comes up in a hot pink bikini, young girl, 23 years old. And she comes up, she's like, hey, are you guys top sellers? We're like, that's an interesting phrase. She's like, yeah. She's like, yeah, my mom does something like this. Tell me more about this. And she's like, this sounds really fun. Can I do this too? And we're like, wow. She just got married. She's ready. She's like, I've been looking for something. There are people looking for opportunities. They're looking for you, but they just need to hear it. Okay. So if that's the case, and you're like, well, I need to be a part of this. If you make the decision of, I'm going to get two people, put it two in the comments if you're committed to it. I'm going to get two people. I don't know how or when. I'm going to get two. I'm going to get two. I'm challenging myself to do that. Okay. If you decide to do that, and I will check on you, we'll check on each other, right? We'll give you the skills. Don't worry. The decision is the hardest part. I'm going to get two. I'm telling you, it'll change your life. You just make that commitment to moving forward. Excuses go out the door. Doesn't matter what's going on in your life. Everyone here can get two. How do we get two? Now let's go through some of the skill side. All right. And we just give you extra bonuses and perks. And you get paid, stuff like that, right? Anyway. All right. I won't go through the DMOs today. These are all important stuff. But here's what it comes down to. If you want to enroll partners, like I mentioned before, it's simply moving enough people in front of a presentation. Here's what I would say will pretty much be a guarantee to enrolling two people. If you show 10 people business presentation, probably two will get started. If your stats are worse, it'll take 20. But I'd say probably around 10. Could be less, but just to keep it there, 10. 10 people to say yes to, Rebecca, I want to take a look at your business. If you have 10, high odds you'll get two. All right, put a 10 in the comments if you're still with me. That would be my mark. I'm going to look for, and you don't have to, it's just about getting them in front of the information. Disconnect yourself from the outcome. Just get them to say yes to wanting to know more. If you do that, high odds, you'll probably get two. I didn't say five. I didn't say two people. I didn't say one. Most of the time when I ask someone, are you struggling with recruiting? They're like, yeah. I'm like, how many people did you show the presentation to? A lot. How much is a lot? One. Logically speaking, that doesn't make sense. There is something called law of averages. We have to sow enough seed that the harvest will come. A farmer does not go out and sow one seed expecting a massive harvest. They sow many seeds and they know that some will land on good ground. We are farmers in this business and we're sowing a good seed of hope and opportunity to someone else. Okay? So, how do you do that? Well, I like to start even more simpler. I would recommend start out with a list of 3 people that you think could be good partners. Now, I'd like us all to write out 3 names as we're on this call. Feel free to throw a first name in the chat. Whoever comes up to mind. I'm going to give some memory joggers. Okay. But as you come up with some names, think about at least 3 people you think could be good candidates that you love to partner with. Maybe these are existing customers that love the product and you can tell they're really on it. You know, one of the best brand partners are the coachable customers. You know, the customer, we're not talking about the customer that got the product and you have to beg them to take the drops under their tongue. No, 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 no. They're the ones that are like, hey, I just got the product. What to do next? You can tell they have proactivity, right? They're the one that is checking up on you. They're the one that when you follow up with them, they respond. They're the one that's getting a decent result. Great one. I see names in the chat. Awesome. Okay. So think about good customers. Who else are good ones? Think about people that are problem solvers. They have a good attitude. We were eating lunch in Maui. Dory took us to the most amazing place. Loved it. It's in this plantation you could see outside and see the beautiful mountains. It literally feels like you're eating in like a rainforest or something. And the server comes up to us and just gives us the most amazing service. And all of us were impressed. He remembered our orders. He remembered our names. He gave good recommendations. We're like, this guy's a problem solver. And it's like, that's the type of attribute we want to have in our team. And at the end, I invited him. And Dory connected. And whether or not he sees it or not, or joins or not, we don't know. But it's just, He has the type of person. All right. Awesome. He's in connection with you. Perfect. I'll give you guys an opportunity to bring these people to you in just a bit. But just think, he's interested. Good. Good, good, good. Okay. How about there's somebody that is just positive all the time. Like they see things half full. They always see the brighter side of things, right? How about somebody that's great with nurturing and taking care of people, right? They have these types of attributes. Okay. He's joining our Zoom live next Tuesday. Awesome. Good. Okay. Think about these, maybe a business owner already, right? I'm prospecting my chiropractor. He's a very successful chiropractor. He's very interested in looking at the drops and stocking this in his shelves and stuff like that. So successful people want more success. Some of you have people on your chicken list. They're the ones that are doing super well, and you think they don't need this. Let me tell you this. The irony is, some of the most successful people are the ones that are the best candidates for this. Because you know what a lot of successful people don't have? Time. And time is more valuable than money. So if they can find a way to get more time here, it's all good. Chris Doyle, if you know Kristen White, fitness trainer, she was on the Wellness Council and everything. Chris Doyle owned a successful jeans manufacturing company, hired 500 employees. His payroll was tens of millions of dollars. He got into this business because he hated having 500 employees. And then he quit his business and he went all in on this. And now he's had residual income, right? So think about people that you're like, I'd love to have you in your team. Remember, we don't need them as much as I know it might feel that way sometimes. I want to challenge our paradigm. It's not we need them. They need you. They need this. There is nothing else in the world that I've seen that can give more time, impact, and income than a properly built network marketing business, especially in Partner Co. Okay? If you have at least 3 names already, put a 3 in the comments. If you don't yet, you're still thinking about it, put a 1 in the comments. Awesome. Perfect. Good. Good job. We're going to think about these 3 and we're going to think, what are we going to do with them? Vanessa has 6. Hey, don't let your minimums be the maximum, right? Rhonda, awesome. Cindy, we're working on it. Great. Glenore, still working on it. Don't overthink. If a name comes to mind, just put them down. Just put them down. Remember, our goal is not to get them all started. Our goal is there's a reason why they came into your mind. There's a reason why you thought about them right now. Okay? And our goal is just to be able to share and reach out. All right. So then how do we talk to them? Our goal is to do a good invitation so they can see a presentation. You want to get really good at inviting. I'm at the lunch table. We talk with Dory's person, and I'm like, we need to talk to this person. And I basically did the 3 C's. We compliment, we give context, and we do a call to action. So we say something legitimate about them. We give context of what we're doing, and we do a call to action. All right. I went up to this person. I said, hey, do people compliment you all the time on your service? He's like, yeah, they do. It's like, I could tell. Hey, this may or may not be for you. We're expanding a wellness brand into this area, and we're looking for people to partner with. We show people how to make money online. There's context. Call to action. Hey, if we could share with you some details, would you be open to learn more? See how that works? Compliment, context, call to action. He's like, sure. And then boom. All right. Pastor Larry, the scripts are in boards. The script are on this. And you also have, I want to challenge you, Pastor Larry. I love you. You've been on many trainings, my friend. You are way smarter than what it is you let yourself know. You're good. You're good. Think about for yourself, what can I say where they're going to be interested? Okay. I'd also encourage get down something, pass it by a mentor, but do the thinking on your own too. I'm going to give you some examples here. There's many different ways, but think to yourself, if I said this to them, and check it with someone else too, until you feel confident, until you get good at any skill, then you're going to feel good. All right. If anyone has an example invitation that you like to run, feel free to raise your hand, by the way, or an example prospect scenario. And I'd love to role play that with you as we go through here too. Okay. just to get second confirmation. So there's one. Here's another one. We're sitting down with Allison Britton, and Allison is meeting the final day. She's meeting, we have Sherry Key that's there. She's a CEO and partner co, asking about Allison's story. And she's like, how did he get started? Well, Allison was actually already a six-figure earner in another network marketing company, didn't seem to be open. But the person that prospected her basically did the three C's and said something like, Allison, you're somebody that I just admire and respect as a business leader. I love the way that you do things. This may or may not be for you, but we got an opportunity. Highest paying comp plan, great products, great system. I don't know if you're open at all, but if I could share you some details, would you be open to taking a look? It happened to be that some things had happened in Allison's company where she did not agree to, and she was open. Once she took a look, she could not look away. And now she's an officer, one of the top customer getters in the nation. Just won a trip to Maui with her and her husband. Who here would love to have the next Allison Britton in your team? Man, I'm talking about. If you do not ASK, you do not GET. If we have not, because we ask not. So we get good at just asking. Just get good at asking. Okay. So compliment, context, call to action. Put something, here's another tip. They're all pretty similar. There's not that many iterations of an invitation. Just make sure it feels genuine to you. You might practice it a couple times, but don't overthink it. Okay. The key is it's heartfelt, it's genuine, and you're thinking about how you can benefit them. Okay. If you need help, by the way, go to our boards. We've just updated. We're going to put this across the board on boards. But in our boards, if you go into Drop System of Growth, SOG, go to your market. Currently, we just have the USA one completed. So we will put this by end of the week into the rest of the markets. But for reference, you can go to the USA Drops System of Growth. In here, there's three ways we engage a prospect. We get them as a customer, or we can convert a customer to a partner, or we can just enroll them to a partner right away. Let me show you through these flows real quick. Who here has an existing customer you would love to share the business aspect with? Put a one in the comments if that's you. Okay. Someone you know they have good qualities. Marvik does, Fran does, Susie does. Perfect. So what you can do is go into here for help. We have an overview page completely of all of our scripts. So for example, you want to check in with them. How are you doing? If they've already had a great result, awesome. But you can actually ask them this. Hey, I know you've been loving the products. What if you could get them at a discounted rate, even free for the next month, and even make some extra money? Would you be open? Right? And then there's a flow that you give afterwards to show them how it works. It links them to our business presentation so they can see a presentation and they can see if this is aligned with them or not. Right? They get started if they want to get started. We've actually also built out a flow here where we give people package options. This is one of the biggest things I've noticed people get confused on. What pack do I get them started at? When they see the business presentation, we then can give them this boards, which will show them what's ultimate, why does it matter, and it'll also give them different package options. So we've actually updated with completely a couple pre-selected packs per business level. This is currently just for US. We're going to do this in the other markets. But it makes it so that the selection process is easier for them. So they can just say, I want this, this, or this. And then you can get them started. So you bring them to the business presentation by inviting them. You follow up, and then we can close them with this. All right. So there's that aspect. Going back, you can also just talk to people as a business prospect. How? If you have, we have all the scripts separate here. We've put them all into this one page where it's business scripts overview. Pastor Larry, you asked for an invite script. Here's an invite script. So you can share this. There's an outreach script to invite. Personalize it, customize it. They ask for information. gives you follow-up information. They watch the video, so on and so forth. And it'll walk you through the closing process to ultimately show them the packages, why to go ultimate. Key, you can always leverage a three-way conversation in here. Probably one of the best things I do with a business prospect is bring in a third party. I didn't get Becky started myself. I brought her to an edified expert because I wasn't making that much money. I was still a little bit scared about the business, but my mentor could share. Okay. And that's what got her started. So we have that. If you're still with me, give me a wave or put a yes in the comments below. Click through these. They're meant to be pretty straightforward, but you kind of just follow the bouncing ball. You have a couple people, you're inviting. Some will say yes, some will ghost you, some will say no. Great. Keep on going. Action is important. Okay. Action will create more attraction. But for me, think about it this way. If you knew that you had $1 billion opportunity at hand and you were scouting for your board of directors and you needed to get this business off the ground ASAP, would you only, you're in a time attack because there's competition. Imagine an AI race right now, right? It's a race to whoever unlocks it first. Would you just post and pray and hope someone comes to you? Or would you be going after people? Would you be like, I need Cindy in my team. I need Fran in my team. I need Ron in my team. Guys, there's something huge going on right now. You came to mind. I need to talk to you about this. May or may not be here for you or not, but this is going places. Would you like to take a look? Every successful entrepreneur works that way. So if you're only posting and praying, especially if you're posting and it's not leading to a lot of engagement right now, I'd submit keep on doing that, of course, but do more. Remember, our goal is 2 in the next week. We cannot do that just by hoping and praying someone comes. Maybe it happens, but still with me, most of my recruits come because I'm initiating the conversation. I post, but then I'm looking through who's viewing my stuff. I look through who's liking my stuff. I look through who's engaging my stuff. And I'm just talking to them. All right. Hope that makes sense. All right. One last thing. We have the videos, which are fantastic. But one of the fastest ways to convert is to bring people to a live opportunity because they meet the community. They feel the energy. Real people. Good follow-up as well, too. So we are also doing on this Thursday in North America or Friday, if you're around the world, a Thursday call, prospect call, where we're going to have Jolene Alf, Vice President, incredible business leader, just went to Maui, Vanessa Fielden, officer, just went to Bintam, and myself, we're going to be doing a business presentation. It'll be fine. 30-ish minutes, and we'll talk about why is partner code the best way to get more money, time, and impact. It'll be very similar to the presentation you find on our link, on our business presentation. We're just going to have different stories. But this is also another opportunity to leverage and bring people in front of a live one that you can bring them onto. So that whether they watch this, whether they watch a replay, which there always will be, whether they watch the link that's in the chat, I don't care. Remember, what's our target? Let me see if you were taking notes. How many people do we need to see a presentation to get to started? How many people? 10. Yes, Rebecca, we can do it on 2 hands. 10. That's all I'm looking for. I just want 10 people to say yes. Just go there first, right? Disconnect. So whether they watch a replay, the live, the whatever, but it has to be a business presentation. It's not just the product. They have to know they can make money. All right. If they know that, then chances are you're going to have 2. And even if you don't have 2 right away, you're going to have some really good progress. And all of us can find 10. All right. So with that, I hope that's incredible. I hope that makes sense. I want to challenge all of us to go through this. And I promise you guys, there are some things. Danielle just showed me some really cool ideas on what we're going to do with our customer communities. We're working with corporate on some massive opportunities for the entire field. I promise you this, that the track is being continuously laid in front of you. That if we do what only we can do, which is to be a great messenger, sow the seed, share the opportunity, get better and more confident and confident, then I promise you, the goals that you have are right on the other side. And the next 90 days can absolutely transform your life. Okay? With that, any last questions or comments as we end today? I have time maybe for one or two. Feel free to mute yourself or raise your hand. Whether maybe it's a scenario that you have or something, or we're clear.
Yeah,
Rebecca.
I have a question, James.
Yeah,
My biggest struggle with presentations is the comp plan
perfect.
and
Are you doing
how,
the presentation?
yeah, when I'm looking for the people, like when I talk to them, I stumble with the comp plan and it's just how, and maybe it's just like I'm trying to tell too much
That
because
would
I
be too
know,
much. Yeah.
yeah.
So
And
here's
so,
one saying here, Rebecca. This is good. I'm glad to bring this up. If we're saying anything that the presentation would be saying, that is not an invitation. We only want to do an invitation. So if we're talking comp plan, if we're talking product ingredients, if we're talking about our systems and how they work and all the little details, we
yeah,
want to be a really good trailer to the movie. So leave the movie to be the movie. What if they're like, well, how does it work? Well, I have a great video that's going to explain a lot better. Well, how does it pay? Honestly, I don't want to mess it up. Come take a look at this. It's going to explain a lot better. I just know it pays well. Our goal is just to get them to watch because if they watch, it will explain the comp plan to enough degree for them to see that it makes sense. They don't have to understand the whole comp plan. So yeah, if you're finding yourself in comp plan scenarios, Rebecca, that means that we need to actually go back to the invitation and go around that. Now, here's a caveat. If they are a seasoned network marketer and they really actually understand comp plans, which is like 0.1% of people, and they really need to understand comp plan, then at that point, we can have a three-way conversation and we can go through comp plan. But these are usually leaders that are like six-figure plus earners in other businesses that are really, really clear. Most of the time, when people say, how does the comp plan work? Really, the question they're asking is, can I get paid and how do I get paid? That's all they want to know. The
that's
presentation,
usually the question.
yeah, the
Yeah.
presentation will share. So bring
Okay.
them to that, and then we can follow up afterwards. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yep, that makes total sense. Thank you.
It's a really good question. Yeah. Adela said, what did you say about how much have you asked you about of you about
I'm
is your question?
sorry. It's how much, what do you say to them when they say, well, how much do you make?
Is
I
this
nec-
during an invitation?
I'm sorry, what?
Is this during an invitation or after a
Let's
presentation?
say you've done your presentation and you're sitting there with them and they're asking and you've gone through that. Yes.
Got it. Sounds good. If they ask you how much you're making, this is after the presentation, right? So they've seen it and then they ask, why are they asking? They're asking usually for confirmation and affirmation that they can do this. We should probably do another whole training on follow-up questions and stuff. But to keep it short, there was somebody that enrolled, somebody that became a chairperson in this company. This person that enrolled was a state senator for Chicago. This person was very high influence. This person had was rolling around in Bentleys. The person that enrolled her was like a director. He was maybe making $1,000 a month, but this person was wanting to make millions, right? That state senator asked that director, "How much are you making?" His answer was this: "I can tell you how much I'm making, but would that have any impact on how much you can make here? You can crush it here." Because it doesn't matter how much you make, it matters what they can do, right? If I go to the gym, if you're not getting buff, does that mean I can't get buff? No. So bring it off of you. And I just share your genuine, it's like, it's changed my life, right? Your legitimate testimonial, but you can do a lot more things here, right? It doesn't matter. Whatever you say will be either too much or too little. It doesn't matter. What they want to know is how can this help them? So if that makes sense. Yeah,
Yes. Thank you.
you got it. Okay. Any one last question? Otherwise, we know what we got to do. Perfect. Okay. Sounds good, guys. 10 is the challenge. Stay tuned. Tomorrow we got our millionaire mentorship call. Definitely plug into that. It's gonna be fun. Thursday, we have that opportunity call, or Friday, if you're where Vanessa's at. We have all of our boards. Click through those. By the end of the week, we'll have it in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, all of our markets. But look at the US one. Just marry the process, divorce the outcome, go through the basics, go through the training, and let's all get our next two. And I promise you, this thing's about to scale out like crazy. Okay, on that, God bless. Appreciate you all. Feel free to mute yourself. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye. Thank you. God bless
you.
everyone.
James.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank
James.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Have a good
Thanks,
evening.
all.
Dios te
Thank
Bye. God
bendiga.
bless.
Bye,
Bendiciones a
everybody.
todos.
Thank
Bye.
you. Have a good
God
night.
bless you.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good night.